He's a curious cat today. Hi y'all, happy Friday. You made it. You made it to the end of the week. Fred is here with us today. I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm going to roll out some of our dumpling dough. I'm going to boil off some dumplings so we can get that out of our fridge. I don't want it sitting around for too long. I also bought a lot of cheese today and some fruit, so maybe we'll snack on some of that too. But for the most part, no real cooking agenda that you haven't seen before, just making some dumplings. I'm going to just make it so gratuitously tiny. I'm gonna try to make the dumplings as tiny as possible. We'll see how that goes. How's everyone's week? Oh no, Dell. Sue them. Farmer's cheese, Aaron?
What is that, June? Hi, friends. Hi, June Simbarmy.
I bought some.
How's everybody doing today?
Do you want to try some farmer's cheese?
Should I try the farmer's cheese? I'll do the first answer I see in chat.
Who's gonna say no?
Somebody might. Oh, it was yes.
All right.
Colette said yes. If she said no, I wouldn't have done it. An error occurred. Please try again later.
Can you refresh the page for me? That's weird.
Do we need the stream playing? Isn't this just for chat anyway?
I want the chat.
Yeah, an error occurred. Please try again later.
Uh-oh.
Video.
Are you guys seeing this video? Because Aaron says we're getting an error.
I think they are. Nobody's saying that.
That's strange. I can't see my own stream.
June can't watch herself.
Dang. That's harsh. I don't think I cut these small enough, Aaron. I want to make baby dumps. Baby dumps. What did you eat today, Aaron?
Dude, I have no idea what I did 10 minutes ago. I don't know.
You don't know?
I'm sure it was great, whatever it was. I cooked some noodles and mushrooms and broccoli for me, like a saucy noodles with veg and some sausage. And I had some jerky, because you have shit tons of jerky you brought home from your trip.
I also ate the jerky.
I had an orange, a l'orange. I am a saucy noodle Nez.
Hi, Nez.
And I don't know, I probably had other things today, but I can't remember. I'm not joking, I don't know what I did 10 minutes ago.
Hi,
sometimes.
Minnesota.
I don't think I have physical dementia, I just have existential dementia.
Don't we all?
Right.
I went to Brooklyn today to go to a friend's birthday party, and I was the only person who kept my mask on today, and I felt really uncomfortable, but I guess this is how normal people do now, is they don't wear masks anymore.
Why did you keep your mask on, June? Are you not vaccinated yet?
I'm doubly vaccinated, but I just feel like I should be keeping my mask on.
June's doubly vaccinated.
I don't trust the frickin' CDC.
So can I open this?
Yeah, you can open it. Tell me how
Farmer's
it tastes.
cheese.
It might taste better with honey. It's
So
probably very bland.
June doesn't trust the CDC, so she's simultaneously a pro-vaxxer and an anti-vaxxer.
I'm not an
She-
anti-vaxxer. I'm an anti-no-masker.
Okay.
I'm a pro-masker and a pro-vaxxer. How's that? I enjoyed seeing my friend, but I'm also not a very social person, so I skedaddled right around when the second wave of people came in, and I was like, you have a great time, bud. I'll see you next time. This is getting way too overwhelming for me. And then I came home, and now we're making dumplings. This is definitely my comfy spot to be.
I have a hypothetical question for you, June.
Yes.
One of those hypotheticals.
Mm-hmm.
Let us say that wearing a mask reduces your chance of getting the common cold. Will you agree with that fact?
Sure.
Or the premise
Yes.
of the question.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, does that mean that, let's say, COVID is completely eradicated from the world entirely? There's not any cases anymore anywhere. Will you continue wearing a mask because that can reduce your chance of getting the common cold?
Maybe.
Okay. So
I
you're-
also really fucking.
are you just becoming a perma-masker?
Maybe. I also currently really fucking hate my face, and so wearing a mask is great for me in public. It hides my face, and I feel more secure.
Made with kefir culture.
Do you like it? Is it good?
It is
Bland?
not salted, which is an issue. This honestly tastes like,
Here, can I give you some honey?
yeah, I think we gotta go either savory or sweet with it. This is a good idea, honey. So this actually tastes very similar to cottage cheese. This is like if cottage cheese wasn't salted. That's my assessment. But yeah, I mean the flavor's good. I was just, from the texture, oh that's delicious with the honey.
Yeah, it's
From-
like ricotta, right?
Yeah, from the texture I was expecting.
Is it like a cream
Cottage
cheese
cheese.
ricotta mix?
Mm-hmm.
Like a hybrid?
Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm.
Nice.
Also keeping mask on because I'm Asian and I don't feel safe. You don't feel safe because you're
Well, they're gonna know that you're Asian with the mask on.
afraid of
anyway,
being
right?
attacked. Is that why?
That's what I'm.
Hide your Asianness.
That's what I'm assuming that means.
Have you ever tried hiding your Asianness, June?
I'm sure, but no longer. I don't fucking give a shit now.
That was a great snack. Thoughts on tequila, best and worst? Wow, we're just going into the absolute random questions today. We're not even going to try to attempt to
I love
stay in
it.
a single thread.
I don't drink tequila very much.
I
don't
like
mind it.
tequila. Specifically mezcal. Mezcal's my favorite. Because it's smoky. Right?
Is
That's
it?
a smoke.
I
think
don't
that's
know.
I
I
think
don't
mezcal's the smoky one.
Don't ask me about drinks.
Did you hear about that woman being attacked in New York recently?
Which
Asks Cece.
one?
Yeah, like what? What?
I feel like there's many.
In a city of 8 million people, people get attacked.
Was it an Asian woman? I can't keep up, and I honestly don't want to keep up. I just don't even know what knowing these incidents will do for me at this point.
It makes you scared, which is the important part.
Or for the greater community, honestly. I just.
Thank you, Brenda. Brenda loves my shirt.
What's your shirt? Oh.
It's CDG. Mezcal isn't tequila, says Thomas. Oh wow! Did I make a boo boo?
Uh-oh.
Did I boo boo? I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna see if Thomas is right now. I'm actually gonna DuckDuckGo it because I stopped using Google. Is mezcal tequila? Tequila is a type of mezcal, says foodandwine.com, much like how scotch and bourbon are types of whiskey. Okay, so it's the other way around. Tequila is a type of mezcal.
So what are other types of mezcal?
That's a good question. Let me reopen the Food and Wine. Do we trust foodandwine.com or are they a competitor? So I should talk them.
I'm not for shit talking competitors. That's something that someone else on my team does.
Name names.
You know, I think if any of my coworkers are watching, they would know who it is. So
Okay.
I'm not going to go into that.
Both tequila and mezcal are made from the harvested core of the agave plant, otherwise known as the piña, which I think is very close to the Spanish word for penis, which is like pena.
Penis?
Yeah.
Isn't that the name for pineapple?
Piña? I don't know. That's all I remember. It's one of the very few words I remember from Spanish.
Oh my god. Of
d-
course you would remember penis.
I mean, you gotta know penis in like every language. It's a funny
Do
word.
you
to
know penis in Chinese? And no,
Yes,
not the
I
childish,
can-
dicky one. The
um,
actual name for penis?
it's
The
like,
scientific name? Bet you don't.
of course I do. Just give me 1 second to consult
Sure.
my memory bank.
Uh-huh.
Of course I do. I
Your
know.
memory banks.
Just beyond
Yeah.
Xiao Didi.
Yeah.
Other than that, of course, penis is jiba.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
Guys, if
you-
you're asking me a question, please tag my username at June, like the month. It'll show up in orange, and it makes it much easier for me to see your questions.
MDBG says jiba is cock, while yingjing is
That's it.
penis.
That's the
Yes.
second one. That's
There you
the
go.
scientific one.
Now you guys know things were learned today. Yinjing, if you want to be technical,
Although I don't know if the tones are right on that one, but
it's fourth tone each. Don't even accuse me of doing tones wrong. My tones are perfect.
your tones are perfect.
My tones don't exist.
What if you're tone deaf?
I am tone deaf, and that's honestly why I've had trouble with learning Chinese, is because I honestly can't. People are like, "Well,
Does it factor into learning Arabic?
no, there's no tones in Arabic. I'm enjoying it a lot more than Chinese so far. Yeah, I'll be like listening to a song, or I don't know, there'll be like these YouTube videos that are analyzing songs. It's like, this song is sad
love
because it's
Tillamook.
in G, and
I
I'm
love
like, okay.
Tillamook ice cream. I've not had enough Tillamook cheese to really have an opinion. But Tillamook cheese is starting to show up on the East Coast more and more now. It's pretty prevalent, so.
June, are you in a good mood now from yesterday?
I'm very tired, but I'm in a much better mood than I was yesterday. Yesterday was just so exhausting. Like, mentally, spiritually, psychologically exhausting to be sitting in bargaining all day and to see such little movement being made. Drains my soul, or what remains of it.
I'm learning Arabic on Duolingo, Labiba. I like it because it doesn't have tones, and the grammatical structures make sense. It's sort of like reversed from English, but it's, putting like adjectives after nouns. But I don't like that there's so much gendered stuff in the language. Like, every noun is gendered, and then you have to gender all the adjectives to match the nouns, and then you have to gender like
The verbs.
you have to gender vowels within, like,
Are there
possessive
conjugations in verbs?
Yes, there's conjugations in verbs. I didn't get to that yet, and so I sort of quit or sort of gave up on learning Spanish, as in I didn't really pursue it after high school because the conjugations bothered me the most. And I didn't like how there were like 40 different conjugations in Spanish, and they were all like exceptions, and there were no like, easy standard ways to do verbs.
I like sweet breakfast.
But I think for Arabic, I'm just going to do what I should have done for Spanish and just not try to learn all exact different conjugations and just say it, dumbly, but in a way that I think makes sense. Because if you say verbs in English without conjugations, like, did you go to the store today? People will think you're dumb, but they'll still understand you. And my goal is to be understood for this. Because I know I'm in my 30s, and I don't have that young, pliable language learning brain anymore, so.
It apparently disappears in your mid-teens.
Right, I'm way past that. Aaron, can you not block Fred? Okay, Vicky, I'm sorry.
I wanna try learning German, and I'm making dumplings right now with our turmeric dough, potato starch and shredded cheese. Interesting.
Our union got us a better deal on health insurance and a 2% raise each year for the next 3 years. That's great to hear, Karen.
Yep.
That's an excellent example of the power unions have. I was talking with an online friend recently who was like, I don't support unions, and I wouldn't want to get a union job if I had the choice. And he was like, I was like, why? And he was like, oh, I don't want to pay the dues. And I'm like, bro, the dues are like
Bruh.
nothing compared to, you know,
Your current
the benefits.
exploitation.
Well, the benefits that a union gives you, you know, it's like saying you know you wouldn't pay $20 to get $1,000.
People are
Makes
so
sense.
fucking short-sighted, man. See the bigger picture, please.
I am in a union, Vicky, a union of one. Aaron Union.
Wow.
The best union of all. And I actually told June this recently. I'm going on strike. Oh shit, I shouldn't even be in this video. I said I was going on strike until you paid me.
How much should I be paying Aaron of our total revenue?
Yeah.
What % do you think Aaron deserves of my ad revenue on this channel?
What percent do I contribute to June's success in general? Let's say for Delish too, just like everything about June's success.
-5.
-5. Yeah, I was gonna say negatives are allowed. Okay, so I didn't tell June this yet, so you guys will hear it with me or with her. I retract my demands to be paid because June bought me something amazing today, and this is honestly as good as any payment I could ask for. Cinnamon Toast Crunch churros. I already ate like a third of the box today, and I could have eaten the whole thing. I love these so much. They're so much better than Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I'm gonna eat some.
Is this
with you guys
sponsored content?
now. This is not sponsored. I just wanted to thank you on stream for buying me these. Oh my god, I just lifted.
Wow, Yoshi says give you 23%.
23%? Yeah, I saw a lot of numbers in the 20% range.
Vicky says she'll give you $1 to finish the whole box. Probably not worth it for Aaron.
I'm not that cheap, Vicky. Those are amazing. They have chocolate churro too. I don't like chocolate. Well, I have had chocolate churros in real life, but I don't think I'd want them for this. I like the cinnamon ones. I got cinnamon.
Can I have one?
Oh yeah. I got cinnamon cereals are my favorite. This is a really boring one, but my favorite cereal of all is just like regular life. It's got a touch of cinnamon. I know I'm crazy.
You like regular and not cinnamon life?
Actually, I would probably go cinnamon life over regular, but either one's fine.
Nothing you said makes sense just now. After you said how much you like cinnamon, and then you were like, I like regular life.
June's got me dead to rights. Do you want another?
No, I don't like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
You didn't like these?
No. They taste a little too dry sawdust to me. Aaron, how many of these mini dumps do you want?
Tonight or
Yeah, tonight.
okay.
I'll save the rest for you.
I could eat. They're that size in the box.
Yeah, duh.
I could eat 6 to 8.
Okay.
You guys are just gonna watch me eat.
Can you put the
Churros.
small Can you put the small pot on the stove with some water boiling in it? Thanks.
My hand is not gonna leave the churros box.
Wow.
Why do you eat so late? Because our schedules, our life schedules and sleep schedules and eating schedules are
Very
non-existent,
fucked.
Steve.
Very fucked.
We wake up random times, eat random times. There is no schedule here in the June Aaron Fred house. The only one who has a healthy sleep and eating schedule is Fred.
Is Fred. Yep, our cat. That's a little too much water.
How's that?
Perf.
June picked up perf when she joined Delish.
No, I
She
did
never
not.
said it before.
I picked it up this year. I just got lazy with
I
my
think-
speech.
When was around the time you joined Delish?
Are you gonna not put it on the
Oh.
fire?
I probably should do that. Sorry, I got distracted with the cereal.
Jesus Christ.
I love Fred.
Are
Our
you
cat's.
talking Fred again?
I'm trying not to. I love Fred. Our cat's name is Beef.
Beef.
Darren, have cinnamon toast crunch with chocolate sauce. Yeah, you can try it out.
Yeah, Crystal, if you seasoned it too thick with oil, you gotta, that's what I did with my carbon steel pan. You gotta basically scrape it all off. Some people use oven cleaner. They'll like take it outside, spray some oven cleaner on it in a plastic bag, just let it sit, and then scrape it all off. It apparently makes that scraping process easier, but basically You have to strip it now because flakies are no goo.
Triton asks how we met, and here's what I'm gonna do. If I see somebody asks a question that's been asked a million times before in other streams and somebody else answers it for me, I will not give you money, but I will give you a thanks and a shout out on screen for saving me the trouble of answering.
Or you could just say we met in Yunnan.
Yeah, Cece knows. Cece said it. In China teaching English. Thank you, Cece. Shout out. Carrie needs a snack. Help, Fred. Carrie says,
You gonna eat my cat?
I need a snack. Help Fred make Aaron share. What does that mean?
Help Fred, comma.
Help
make
Fred.
Aaron share.
Make with her?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you're not here, Cece or Carrie, so no cinnamon toast life for
You just fucked up our viewers' names. No revenue commission for you today.
No rev tonight. My $0 commission has been reduced to zero. I have cinnamon toast crunch in my throat.
You know what my pet peeve is? When somebody is choking on food and they still continue to try to either eat or speak. That's one of my pet peeves.
Aaron for president. What the hell makes you think I'd be a good president? June said that was her pet peeve, and then I just kept doing it because I knew what I want. I recovered.
June, would you let Aaron style you one day?
What does that mean?
No.
Like clothing, makeup,
Yeah.
hair? Have you seen my style? My style is this, just literally like wear a fancy t-shirt. That's the entire extent of my style.
Oh man. My reaction video on Paris Hilton was one of those videos I truly did not want to make, but because other people told me to make it, I had to make it.
Do you want this out?
I would like to taste a little bite of
Okay.
it. Can you give?
Yes.
Fresh made farmer's cheese, made with kefir culture, probiotic, keep refrigerated, made in Pennsylvania, gluten-free, no salt added.
Honestly.
Smells a little bit like cottage cheese actually. Looks a lot like ricotta.
June just has shitty knees. It's not like anything new.
Wow. It tastes like yogurt, cottage cheese, and ricotta had a baby.
Hope your knee is all right, Jin.
I love how tart it is.
Yeah.
It's so tart.
Personally, I think it needs either the sweet or savory direction.
Yeah.
I wouldn't eat it plain, but yeah, it's a good base. Candace says, that's cool. Me over here with craft singles. Hey, craft singles have their place. They're pretty snackable.
I also bought a lot of Berg cheese, Aaron. Do you want a piece of Berg cheese?
Yes. That's the stuff that goes in the pasties, right?
Yes. It's crumbly, so.
It's Crumbleman. Okay.
I love it.
Yeah, that's more my style.
Salty.
Yeah, that's a snack and cheese just on its own.
Salty, creamy, crumbly. I also got brie. I should eat some vegetables, yes? Yes. I just ate like 2 bags of beef jerky plus a half wheel of blue cheese today, and I feel positively unhealthy.
Taylor, I already answered that. Nothing happened to her knee. She just has like shitty knees. Some people just have shitty knees.
I damaged it when we were walking too much in Hanoi, and it never got better, and that was 2 years ago, so. It is what it is. How should I cook this?
What is it?
The rest of the filling.
What's it made of?
There's Beyond.
Okay. That's where the Beyond patty went.
Mm-hmm.
You might have a torn meniscus, says Vicky.
I agree, Vicky. I think that is exactly what I have.
It's probably better to just leave it untreated forever.
Well, it's already been 2 years. It's probably gone.
Hello, Gina. You're the perseverance queen, says Rachel. June, have you had Chow brand vegan cheese? It's made with fermented bean curd, which you said you like. Chow brand?
Nope.
I've never heard of it.
I've not.
Mainly, we've just had Daya. Any other vegan cheese brands you've had?
Nope. I've had like vegan cheese at pizza parlors that were claiming they had vegan cheese, but it was just like cashew sauce. It was not cheese.
Yeah, that was gross.
8 baby dumplings, Aaron.
Hi, Alicia.
Look how baby they are.
Some baby both. I am a gamer, Steve. I do be gaming.
Okay, I've had Kite Hill yogurt before. That shit is disgusting. Would not ever pay for it.
Is that vegan?
Yeah.
I've never had it. Sounds like I dodged a bullet on that. Thoughts on red vinegar for dumplings? Trying to find a good quality brand. Red
I would go balsamic.
Hmm.
Or rice. Either balsamic or rice.
Miyoko cheese is good. I've also never heard of that. Did cooking always come easy to you, June?
No. Is it easy now? I still make failures. You guys just don't think there is failures.
I think it's failure sometimes. I say it.
Yeah, I know you think it's failures. I'm going to blend some brocks. Can you get your bowl ready for your dumplings? And you
these
can
are
make
done.
your sauce in there.
These are done fast. Do you think it'll fit?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. It's not a lot. Do you want to make your sauce in there?
Yes. Laoganma is hitting that first.
Dumpling dough we made on the live like 3 nights ago. It's my dumpling dough recipe that's available on Delish, but I just added some fresh turmeric to it. So it's yellow. Alright, I gotta fish these out so that they're not soggy.
Okay. I was wondering if you get a piece of the revenue from your Delish vids.
Nope.
What was your answer?
I get no extra money for my Delish videos. It is just my base salary and that is it.
She does get the revenue from this, though.
Yeah.
Her base salary is $1 million a year, so it's fine, guys. Don't worry about it.
We're gonna do a pay transparency thing soon with the union, so I don't want to let the cat out of the bag prematurely, but otherwise I have let a couple of my coworkers know what I make so that we can actually discuss, you know, pay equity issues, which are a ginormous issue at most corporations. I don't get paid for my kitchen use. I mean, the most I get in terms of like compensation for filming at home and using my kitchen and the uptick in utilities is I get to purchase like some extra groceries for myself on the company card to like make up for that difference, which isn't a whole lot, but I do obviously wish that the company had a way of being like, hey, let me give you your compensation back in cash money. But whatever, I'll take groceries. You know, somebody's got to pay for those peanut butters and apples.
Certainly not going to be me. Or Fred.
It's very interesting that the discussion at BA last year was that people who appeared on camera didn't get paid for those appearances because literally all the full-timers we have at Delish who appear on YouTube videos do not make any money. The only people who get paid for their video appearances is our freelancers who contribute videos to the YouTube channel. Anyone who's staff, so that includes me, Julia, Chelsea, Tess, we don't get paid for our video appearances on top of our salary. We just get our salary. The only thing that we do get extra money for is if we participate in any sort of editorial content that is branded. And we get a flat fee of $1,000 per branded thing that we do, which honestly is a little bit low considering probably how much money the company is raking in on those branded content things, but you know. And again, there are many reasons why we are unionizing. Should I eat my broccoli with cheese?
Yes, I'm about to taste one. Was the turmeric dough? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turmeric dumpling with Beyond filling.
I did suddenly magically get a promotion and a raise last June after the BA stuff had come out, so I'm pretty sure that somebody was very scared that I would pull a Sola. But my concern right now is I know you guys are all ready to fight for me, but it's not about fighting for June. It's actually about fighting corporations,
For
period.
everyone.
And that's why I'm focusing a lot of my energy on the union stuff, because as hard as the fight is, this is the only way that we can change the industry.
Junes will come and go, but there will always be workers.
It's I've said this before, it's great if one person gets extra compensation because it's great anytime workers get paid more, but it is the best case scenario for all workers to get paid more rather than just a few. So no need to go to war for me yet, but thank you guys for all of your support. We do need a lot of support for all unions everywhere. Every single workplace owned by corporations, not owned by workers, should be unionized. This is another reason why I like supporting companies like Bob's Red Mill and King Arthur Flour, because they are mostly worker owned. King Arthur Flour is completely worker owned. I think Bob's is like currently 90%. Don't quote me on that, I'm not exactly sure. And there's a lot of other companies who are partially worker owned, and I truly want to support those models of business because it is so fucking important that the people who are producing are also the owners of their production.
Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Congrats, Grace. That's awesome. I would love to work for an employee-owned place one day.
If you're independent, you work for an employee-owned place.
Cop unions
work for
are
yourself.
extremely problematic. I think they're just more of a gang than a union. Of course, they're not 100% of unions out there are great, but I think for the vast majority of industries and for the vast majority of workers, unions are a saving grace in the capitalistic landscape that we're mired in right now. So if any place like Amazon, like Google is trying to unionize, I would support the fuck out of that.
Right. That's why police unions are usually not allowed into other union collectives, and also, like, for example, in the New York Pride Parade, cops were not allowed to march in the Pride Parade because Cops are representatives and enforcers of the existing unjust systems that keep people down. And so, you know, just because they have a union too, doesn't mean their fundamental purpose aligns with that of collective liberation, which it doesn't. Anyways, these are awesome, June.
Yeah? You like?
I think my sauce is doing a lot of the lifting here.
Yes.
Honestly, this sauce would
I agree.
make anything
Can I
taste
use
amazing.
your bowl after you're done?
Yeah, do you want to taste that last one?
No.
You sure?
I have 4 more.
Okay.
And I'm not in a dumpling mood.
June's not in a dumpling mood. Well, I'm enjoying it.
Alright, you know what? I'll take half of it. Oh, they're juicy.
Mhm.
Juicy boys. Here, that's yours.
Right. If you look at Stonewall, for example, cops were the ones who were beating the shit out of, you know, the gay activists there. So, but I mean, that's just their
Yeah.
purpose is to enforce
Police
the
are
existing
unionized,
hierarchy.
guys. And their
Yeah.
unions fight for things like the police get to look into reports that name individuals who reported the police. So it's like very corrupt.
Mhm.
It's very anti-justice. Really.
Police are not here to protect you. They're here to protect capital
I
and
hope they're
property
going to
owners.
save that.
And they just, yes, of course they will. They just might, you know, accidentally from time to time,
Kill
in
someone?
order to justify their existence, you know, help solve an actual crime. But they're, as we are seeing more and more all over the world now, their purpose is to protect
Property.
property rights. Yeah, and
That's-
the owners
That's
of
the
that property.
origin of police forces everywhere, is to protect property. I believe in the US, I believe I read that.
They started as slave catchers.
Yeah. The police was instituted to catch runaway slaves to ensure that they stay enslaved because slaves were an economic staple. So since the beginning of time, we have profited off of people's pain and oppression, and we continue to do so for the foreseeable future.
Thank you for the excellent dumpster.
Yes. I'm gonna take this away because I'm scared of water.
That cooks and water don't mix.
Cops get paid so much in like pensions and shit. It's so fucking ridiculous, and they can make so much money in overtime. It's insane. And so that's why we need to. I mean, yes, we could abolish the entire justice system, but until we can make drastic changes like that to the system, I feel like we need to seriously urge our representatives to defund the police, because if they don't have the money, then they don't have
I've said
the
this.
means for corruption.
I've said this on a previous live, but I'll say it again because it blows my mind. Police in America get more funding than the entire Russian military. So, you know, that just tells you just how much can be cut, you know, drastically from all that shit, and we'll still have, you know, some sort of, you know, peacekeeping and crime-solving force. Not these, you know, fucking assholes that all have like tanks and, you know, drones and grenade launchers and shit like that. Hey Aaron, go into your Miami food recommendations. Awesome, Floral. My number one Miami food recommendation is Stilt House. I'm doing this off the top of my head, but I'll pull up my map. It's in Miami Beach. And I was only there for a few days, but I do try to pack in as much food as I can when I travel. And that place really impressed me. It's on my Insta. Oh, Stiltsville Fish Bar in Miami Beach. That was awesome. I also really liked in Little Havana, La Camaronera seafood joint and fish market. It's like a Cuban seafood place. It's also like a very touristy spot, but I honestly really did like the Cuban sandwich I had at Havana. I think it's called like Havana 1957. Yeah. It's a chain, and I think it's like a big touristy place, but I don't think it was bad food by any means.
I actually spent a summer at a farm in Machapongo, Virginia, but I don't remember any favorite food spots. I just remember all the fresh produce right off the land was fucking amazing. Oh,
The town I grew up in had so much money, and the police department had nothing to do with it. They had this little
Karen
fucking...
and Latavia coming through with that FAQ answer. Woo woo.
Nice, thank you. The police in my little hometown had a tank thing.
A tank thing?
That's the case. Like, you hear about all this shit after 9/11, as part of the crazy increased domestic surveillance and military industrial complex spending. Like, there was billions and billions of dollars that were addressed to local police departments, and like some of these local police departments literally had no idea what to do with it.
Allocated?
Allocated, yeah, that's it. Thank you. I had an Elmer Fudd moment, I guess. But they were allocated to all these local police departments, and they had nothing to do, like no idea what to do with it. Like, they were like, we don't really need anything, so I don't know, let's just get a tank. And so that's why you see so many.
Are you for real?
Yeah. There's absolutely, this has been well documented in the Bush administration, how like, they just buy like fun shit that they can play around with, like new assault rifles,
Hey, imagine
fancy
if we
cars.
gave teachers money to like actually put.
Give teachers tanks. I don't know any cops personally, and if I did, they probably wouldn't be my friend.
Again, I'm not saying that every single person who's in the police force is a terrible human being. They probably also struggle with the politics of being in such a place, but knowing what we know now, after a whole year of like very intense news headlines and seeing how the system works, to stay in that system is to be a participant in the injustice that takes place. So, yes, being a cop can be very dangerous, but that's what you signed up for, right? I saw this video where a black dude was just like, yeah, it's dangerous, but like if you're scared, quit. And that's exactly how I feel. You sign up to be a cop, you sign up to be a soldier, you are signing your life away to a certain extent. And yes, we all recognize that that is the case. But that comes with the job. That's the territory that you're entering. So if you're not prepared to get hurt, maimed, killed, then maybe consider another path.
Right. And Deborah, I'm not saying that cops individually all cops individually outside of their work life, like if a cop quit, for example, they're evil. However, I am clearly saying that they are participating in a system that is evil, a system that upholds injustices, a system that primarily exists in order to further the existing unjust hierarchies that exist in the world. So, a lot of cops probably think they're doing the right thing by doing that, or they might not think about it at all. But
Canada.
if they're participating in that system, then they are participating in something evil.
Yeah, teachers are severely underpaid for the amount of labor that they put in. Cops are supposed to be so many things that they're not adequately trained on, and that's why when they get called to mental illness issues, they just end up shooting the person or killing them because they're not trained for that shit. And teachers are also expected to not only be a teacher, but also a counselor, a caretaker, and I don't even, like, a parent to some degree, really. So, I don't know why those two jobs aren't paid the same.
It's Barek cheese, maybe.
And the fact that police are supposed to be there to protect us, which, questionably, probably not. Teachers are there to mold futures. Like, they're there to mold futures. What more important job could there be?
What does Fred think about all this?
Social workers are also severely fucking underpaid. And they also get stuck and mired in such bureaucratic bullshit. It is exhausting. I would burn out in less than a year. as a social worker. Fred, are you a communist?
Fred gets to be whatever he wants. He can make his own decisions. Fred is a scritchist. He just loves scritches.
Fred, do you love the people? Oh man, look at that neck craning back. He loves the head scratches.
Yeah,
Not so much the body.
It's the only scratches he likes. Watch this. Oh, danger mode, danger mode.
Ooh, I've never put on a fake tan. That sounds fun, but also very potentially staining everything.
We don't need to ascribe political views to our pets, people. Let's just let Fred be a cat. I don't know if Fred says a cab or doesn't say a cab. I think he's just chilling, man.
Yeah, social workers are also told to stay in their lane, stay in your lane. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean. Like, yeah, we know this person needs help, but that's not your job. And then I'm like, okay, whose fucking job is it?
A cab equals assigned cat at birth. Right, that's what it stands for Fred. All cats are beautiful.
Oh my god, all cats are beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really interesting the cultural differences between the way Americans love being tan and the way like East Asians love being pale. Fascinating. Vicky, when I worked as a part of Project Hope on Coney Island after Hurricane Sandy, we were told to stay in our lane. Which is bullshit, because if you look at Maslow's hierarchy, some people don't need the services that your lane requires, so you have to hop out of your lane if you're actually trying to help people and meet them where they are.
Why are you watching this at 4 a.m., Annie? Where is it 4 a.m. now?
Oy vey. Europe?
Probably. Britain.
What's the news, Samantha? I missed it. Chinese broccoli is better than Western broccoli. I don't know if I agree with that, but okay.
I'm a big Western broccoli guy. Western brock is my jam. I like it steamed.
Have you been to Ireland?
I have not. I want to.
Ireland or Scotland?
Both. Scotland, obviously, for all the whiskey, for all the distilleries, and then Ireland, you know, because that looks like I think. I don't know how the food is in Ireland, honestly.
This is the
I just want to see the rolling green hills. It is the unicorn, yeah. I went to England, but not Ireland or Scotland, which is a mistake, because England sucks.
Hey, Aaron volunteered at Head Start too.
I didn't volunteer there. I worked. That was my job.
Oh, how much did you get paid?
Normal job pay amount. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, it wasn't like.
It was a college job, right?
It was a college, yeah, but it was like a normal job while I was in college.
Wow.
Hello, ciao Michelia. Thank you for such nice words. You make me cry.
I don't know what I said, but
Yeah,
I just
what-
cursed a lot.
Yeah. What nice words did we say, Stephanie?
Irish tea. I've never had Irish tea.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what that is.
I need more broccoli.
If Harney doesn't have it, I don't know what it is.
Whoa, brown butter, white chocolate chips.
I want those.
I'm eating broccoli with Berwick cheese. It's a crumbly cheese that looks like
Irish
feta.
breakfast tea. Yeah, I have had Irish breakfast tea.
Hi, Portugal.
It's good stuff. Although honestly can't tell much of a difference between Irish breakfast tea and English breakfast tea and Scottish breakfast tea.
Man, I want to go back to Portugal.
Yeah. Portugal is an amazing country to travel to.
Word.
Did somebody else seriously just ask, is that the unicorn pepper mill?
Yes, I think some people are delayed.
Okay.
Some people like rewind back to the start of the live when they missed a few minutes.
Cece, I'm so disappointed in you. You're asking if I'm a chef as well, but this is one of the questions that always gets asked. And you previously answered an always get asked question.
Vicky, we're compatible until about like a day and a half in, and then I start doing breakdowns, like nervous breakdowns and lash outs and.
In Vegas, you did that on the first day. Yeah.
But that was because Nez was with us.
Right.
Having one additional person accelerates my breakdowns.
It's okay, Cece. I don't volunteer a lot of information, so that's understandable, but I'm not a chef. I just cook really well.
Hot cinnamon tea is amazing. I love the green hot cinnamon tea. It was so fascinating the first time I tasted it, and I was like, is there sugar in here? And they were like, nope, it's just cinnamon and cloves. And I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, that's true, Perilous Rainbow. Tea's taste does depend strongly on how it's prepared. I noticed that when I was in Turkey, and I loved all of the Turkish teas there, and I brought a bunch back, and I haven't had, like, no matter how I've prepared it here, it doesn't taste like it did in Turkey.
How did they prepare it in Turkey?
It's with this, like, big apparatus that's like a double boiler. I don't know, I forgot the name of it in Turkish.
Is it like?
It's like a samovar thing.
Is it like
It's
the Italian coffee maker thing?
It's like a double boiler thing.
Is it a distiller?
It sort of looks like one. Turkish tea set.
You know what I'm talking about though? The Italian coffee makers that you put on the stove, and there's a chamber to hold the grounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then the water basically steams up, cooks the coffee, and then drains back down.
Yeah, it's the double boiler type thing.
That looks like it, yeah. On Tuesday, Aaron walks to Elmhurst to get the Indo-Java lunch special, yes. What is the best tea? I don't know, Labiba. You have to try teas out for yourself. It's highly personal.
I love tea so much, it's one of those things I can't really pick a best for.
Mm-hmm. Julia, I freaking agree with that. I would never travel with friends if I wanted to stay friends with them. It's so hard. There's just so much of a person you can take. And if you haven't gotten to that stage where you're okay with having fights with each other over the smallest things because you're both disoriented and exhausted, don't chance it. I'm doing more budget videos, Maria, but they've cut down the frequency of them so that everybody on the team can stay a little bit sane. Lipton is the worst of the worst. The more finely ground your tea is, the worse the quality was of the leaves to begin with. The reason why they're ground so fine is because they're like all the little scraps that were left after the choice leaves were taken out of the production. So that's just like trash level tea if it's ground that fine.
Do you have any advice on living alone? June and I have lived together for like 10 years now.
Do I have any advice on living alone? Yeah, don't room with anybody. Stay alone.
Your advice on living alone is to live alone?
It's amazing. Living alone is a privilege. I know it doesn't always feel that way, but coming from someone who always lives with someone else, living alone sounds like a fucking dream sometimes.
Do you like it when I'm traveling?
Yeah, I do. I mean, it does get very quiet and lonely, but the fact that I could have the space to myself and not have to like argue with you or get annoyed is amazing. It brings a whole new level of peacefulness to my existence.
June does have the means to live alone. She just chooses not to.
I mean, if I want to spend 3/4 of my salary on just rent, I can, but who the fuck wants to do that? Right now, go. We can bring single person households into COVID talk if you want. I think I really like my broccoli very soft until all the nutrition is gone. But I think it's really, again, just like tea, living alone versus living with someone else, roommate or romantic partner, is highly dependent on the individual. Some people can't live alone, they just need somebody all the time, and some people love living alone. So it's just, you know, outside of financial resources and the ability to pay for a living space alone, it's a conversation you need to have with yourself. There's pros and cons to both sides of it, obviously. There's no perfect solution. You look like you're getting bored. Are you getting bored?
No, I'm just shifting around.
Are you working out your calves?
Yeah. I always steam broccoli, and I don't boil it because that apparently retains the nutrients. If you do boil it and you want all the nutrients, then just drink the broccoli water.
But also, certain nutrients start losing potency after they hit a certain temperature.
Right.
So. I have this ache in my hip, in my left hip. There's like a pinching pain that's just been coming on.
Have Fred make biscuits on it.
Oh God, I'm old.
You don't sound like you're doing great, June.
I'm so old. All of my joints hurt. Save me, Fred.
Steaming broccoli is super easy. I do it all the time because of how easy it is. If you actually don't even need a steamer, what you can just do is like put a thin layer of water, like maybe, I don't know, a 1/4 of an inch or less, on the bottom of a pot, and then just steam it for about 5 to 8 minutes until
low heat.
Yeah,
if you
low
don't
heat.
want that water
Yeah,
to burn out.
So just let the water, bring it up to a point where the water is vaporizing, whatever it is, and then that's
Steaming.
it. Yeah, what's it called when water transitions from a liquid to a gas? Evaporating or vaporizing?
Both, I guess.
Vaporating. So we do have a steam thing, but I often just don't use it because it's easy to just do the thin layer of water thing. Do some lunges and hold it there for 30 seconds if it's pain in your hip flexor.
Oh, I'm sorry, bud.
Melody sounds like a physical therapist.
How low do I go?
Until you hear ripping in your crotch.
Can you guys see Fred? He's right here. Do you want to pan down a little there?
What goes good with scallops, June?
Butter,
June isn't a big scallop head, so
garlic.
I'm a big scallop head though. Yeah, you can't with seafood in general. You can't go wrong with the old butter garlic situation. Or lemon. Keep your pelvis upright, says Melody.
Pelvis upright.
Pelvis upright.
I can't rest on that knee though. That knee hurts.
Ballet teacher with lots of hip issues is what she is.
I see.
Scallops just need good crust, salt, pepper. Yeah, that's another one. Hazelnut and scallops. I'm not sure if I've had that. That sounds fun. Don't stick your butt out. Keep it parallel to the floor.
Oh God, I'm so tired. Thank you for the advice. How expensive is an apartment around your area for how small it is? It can range anywhere from 15 to 1800. Sometimes just 10 blocks away will make a big difference in the price. Do you still want to buy property, Aaron?
I'm not sure.
Is it worth it, in your opinion?
Fred R is in pain from watching you stretch.
My mom always thinks that buying is more worth it than renting.
Well,
It's a bad time to buy in, huh?
we've ran out of topics for today's stream. Bye, everyone.
Bye. You're getting bored.
No, I'm fine.
I'm not bored. You seem a little...
Any tips on moving to New York?
Where are you moving from?
Beware the summers and the winters.
I learned to cook in kitchens, I guess. Restaurant kitchens. Is it better to buy at this point? Huh.
I don't know. That's just one of those debates people endlessly have: renting versus buying. Who gives a shit?
You'll always have a place to live until we're all flooded.
Right. Or as Ben Shapiro says, if your house is going to get flooded from global warming, just sell it and move. To who, Ben?
I've never made soup dumplings, no. It's too technique driven for me. I'm too newbie to be making those intensive soup dumplings. I had a first kiss in college. I don't know if you would count that as a boyfriend. It lasted less than 2 months before I graduated.
Your boyfriend during the moments you are kissing somebody. I was negatively quoting Ben Shapiro because of his ridiculous statement to just sell your house and move if it's going to be underwater from global warming. And I'm sure everybody can figure out why that's a ridiculous statement.
It's true. I do agree with Elizabeth that if you consider maintenance and upkeep, renting can be cheaper sometimes. You have to pay land taxes if you're owning. You also have to front all of your renovation costs, fixer-upper costs. Are you originally from NY?
I am from the place where people love the Bills football team. That's my normal answer. That Cece should
I don't want to live in
answer for me,
Manhattan.
Cece.
I don't want to live in Manhattan. I want to stay in this part of Queens, or I would be open to living in like Greenpoint, Brooklyn. Thanks, Trisha.
They met teaching English in China. I'm from Rochester. I'm not a chef. Questions from June. She did not go to culinary school.
Go Bills!
Go Bills! Yeah.
I don't know if I want to stay in New York my whole life, guys.
We aren't moving, Jennifer. Not plans to. June just hates. Well, I think June is the sort of person who would have.
I don't know anything about Parsons.
Who would hate something about everywhere she lived, so.
We've always lived in New York. Yep.
Other than living in China.
Why? Why are you being wow, Aaron?
I don't know. Did I say something problematic?
Problem. Your entire thing is being problematic.
My persona is problematic. Did living in Rochester radicalize me? It radicalized me into being a Bills fan.
I see you, Lydia.
I don't know if Rochester is known for radical politics otherwise. It radicalized me into hating the police even more because they choked a naked black man to death on the freezing cold streets last year, and then they also are pepper spraying 9-year-olds, and then they're also knocking down women and beating the shit out of them while they're holding their babies for allegedly stealing like $5 things from local bodegas.
What?
Yeah, all these things happened in Rochester in like the last year, like 3 horrible police stories. So.
I would love to live in Canada. Canada feels so much cleaner. Would you guys ever get a dog? I mean, I'm so in love with Fred. Before, I feel like it would have been a solid yes to a dog, but now I'm just like, why not just have 100 cats? A church trip to New York, yikes. What did you do on that trip? I can't choose between cats and dogs, guys. Don't do this to me.
Fred is a great cat, but that's because he's a cat, and all cats are great cats.
I would love to be eaten when I die, you know? I would want my pet to eat me after I die. Why not?
Yeah, it's better than it going to waste.
Would you move to Canada?
No. I'm a big city guy. There's only a few cities in the world I would.
Aaron loves capybaras.
Capybaras are great, but I love all animals, so that's not unusual. They're especially cute, though. I would live in New York, Tokyo, Hong Kong, and I haven't been to Singapore yet. Maybe there.
Trisha,
Sounds
cremation is so bad for the environment, though. But yes, I would like to be composted, if possible. I love orange cats, by the way, but I will never name it Garfield.
So she went and got a gray cat because that's how much she loves orange cats.
You know, Fred was on the page,
He
and
was
I
on the
saw
market.
Fred, and I liked Fred, so we got Fred.
Mhm.
I'm not racist. I love
What?
orange cats.
Oh, I love that.
I love orange cats, but I'm open to
I
all
love that
kinds
came out
of
of
cats.
nowhere.
I would love to be with a tree. I don't know anything about hydrocremation.
I'm with Frank from Always Sunny. Just throw my body in the trash.
Wow, $500 for a 2-bed.
Where?
What? KP girl.
Where?
I don't know where.
Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't help us if you don't tell us where.
Wow. Why do church groups take you guys to the Sin City,
Vegas?
New York?
Oh.
I don't know if Fred chose us. He didn't seem to like us very much when we first got him.
Fred's asthma does seem to have gotten better. He hadn't had an asthma attack until yesterday when he seemed to have a very light asthma attack. We immediately gave him Flovin. But it seemed not as bad as previous ones. It was the first one in a long time.
Yeah, he's got the asthma. Guys, what am I gonna do tomorrow when it's 90 degrees outside? I don't even want to go outside anymore. New York summers suck.
June, do you like Taiwanese food?
I don't know if I've had much. Well,
Taiwan
Taiwanese pork chop house in
It's one of our favorite
Chinatown.
restaurants in New York. Everybody should go there. Taiwan Pork Chop House.
I love their mochi ice bowls. So good. Nez hates them. The mere thought of them makes her gag. Smelly tofu? I don't feel very much about smelly tofu. Yes, he does take Flovent.
I'm gonna do his litter now.
Okay, have fun. You don't like mochi? You're not the first person to say that they don't like mochi. I feel like a lot of white Americans have a lot of textural issues with Asian food. There's like a lot of weird gelatinous bits that seem very offensive to people who never grew up with those textures. like to eat chicken feet. It's too much work to bite around the bones. Natto is a very acquired taste, guys. Yes. Yeah, sad boy. A lot of people can't handle foods because of the texture. So, I think texture is a huge part of eating. Almost fell over. Well, there you go. You don't gotta be white to hate on textures. You can be any race and you can hate on textures. It's just a matter of whether or not you grew up with it, honestly. If you've never been exposed to such textures, the association that you have to something that is like soft, slithery, and chewy, like mochi, might be like boogers. So who wants to chew on a big ass booger, you know, except I grew up with mochi and I absolutely love that texture. So I like chewing on big ass boogers. So, you know, to each their own.
That was a real booger.
Lena, the texture of different internal organs are so different. You don't like any? Vicky, come on. We've all taken a little bit of booger in between our fingers and we've like all rolled it into a ball, and you can, even if you didn't eat the booger, which kind of tastes like Play-Doh, no? You would know how the booger feels. Tripe, if cooked incorrectly, can be very, very chewy and therefore tough to swallow. I've had very poorly cooked tripe before. Never had Rocky Mountain oysters. Weirdest fruit or vegetable I've ever eaten? I'm not sure. And yes, I've had chicken gizzards. Somebody didn't watch my MSG video. Oh man, I love liver, guys. I love liver so much, especially beef liver. The ironiness of it, totally my thing. Yes, the US going Fahrenheit for the weather, the US going by ounces and tablespoons and stuff makes no sense to me. Yes to pig's feet, I love it. Talu, I cooked chicken gizzards in the MSG video, and I do like them very much. I would love to change us to the metric system. Yeah, durian smell can be very, very off-putting. The same thing with kimchi too. Like kimchi can smell like rotting garbage. I think everybody would agree that the metric system makes so much more logical sense. Imperial, on the other hand, makes no fucking sense. Period. Kimchi is delicious. I love it. It just smells very strong. Durian is very expensive here. I would love to go somewhere where they're local and try them there. Imperial is based on the body, but like whose body? I still don't know how many feet are in a mile. I was supposed to memorize that in the 4th grade and I never did. CC, kimchi is found in Asian markets. Sometimes in bougie ass places like Whole Foods too. It's usually in the refrigerated aisle. I haven't worked out at a gym in over a year ever since shutdown happened. I miss going to a gym so much. Kimchi tastes like pickles, sour cabbage pickles, but kimchi can also include a variety of other vegetables, but Napa cabbage is one of the most common and popular types of kimchi. What is tripas? Is tripas tripe? If so, I've had tripe. I like tripe a lot. Ooh, that's nice, Colette. I'm glad you got a tax return. I did not get a tax return. I had to pay more taxes. But I'm glad. I hope you like your treadmill. Yeah, I don't know about working out without masks, guys. Those cars are so fucking easy to fake. I hope nobody is lying about being vaccinated. That's a real asshole thing to do. I bet somebody's doing it though. You and I both know that somebody's lying. I killed all of my scallions on the last live. I currently only have this plant, which is a lime basil plant that smells like nothing. I still don't feel comfortable going to gyms, honestly. It's a closed space with circulated internal air and lots of people sweating and huffing and puffing. Durian ice cream, mochi, I've not, but I've tried durian ice cream and it was delicious. But also, it's not just the MAGAs who will lie about everything. People in general will just lie. Whatever benefits them, whatever is the easiest thing for them to do. Aaron, I think I'm just gonna microwave this filling and eat it.
Enjoy.
Thank you. So, out of the 3 iterations of our dumplings, which iteration did you like the most?
I honestly don't really remember them, and I
Pot sticker, the pancake, and tonight's boiled.
probably tonight's because I have it in my amaze sauce.
Amaze sauce?
Yeah. I definitely liked your other turmeric creations more than the pancakes and the curry and the muffin.
Noted.
Those turmeric muffins, or cakes, whatever June calls them, were seriously some of June's best work ever.
Keep saying that.
Yeah, I just impressed me that much. That's like the sort of thing, you know, I would expect from like a really nice restaurant and I would pay for a lot. Like,
How
you
much
know,
would you pay for it?
$1 trillion.
You would not.
Sure I would.
Such a liar. I bought this apple on discount, and it's so bruised, and it's a red delicious. It's probably gonna taste awful, but I might eat it.
We really wanted to eat the durian in Vietnam. We went to Vietnam expecting there to be durian, and then we didn't see any. So I guess we didn't go during durian season, but that kind of sucked.
My knee is kind of just permanently broken, so I put a brace on when it feels especially bad, which today it started hurting for no reason. So.
You also walked the shit, don't you?
But it started hurting before I walked.
Maybe it knew you were gonna walk.
And it was like, no, don't do this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start hurting so you don't walk.
I think during season is July and August. Well,
We went in October.
yeah. I don't really want to be in Southeast Asia in July and August, honestly. It sounds, I don't do well in humidity.
Jackfruit is nice. Guys, this Red Delicious is actually really sweet. But the texture is very not great.
Hello, Jenny.
What's your favorite apple?
I don't know, anything Shoots has a farmer's market upstate. I like a lot of the fancy new ones like Cosmic Crisp and fucking, what was that one, Autumn Crisp or whatever, something crisp, crisp this, crisp that, because apple texture is really important to me. I need it to be juicy and firm and crisp. If it's mealy, that ruins the whole apple for me, even if the flavor's good. But I just love apples, man. Apples are like tea for me. I can't pick a favorite because I love so much.
I like Esopus Spitzenberg. And also I bring my compost to either the farmer's market or to Rocky the Pug locations in Astoria. I don't know what temperature you should bake apple chips with. Probably Google it. I've never baked apple chips. I just bought a whole bunch of Pink Ladies. I kind of hate how hard they are to bite into, but flavor's pretty good.
Telling people not to buy Honeycrisp.
Honeycrisp is kind of overrated. It is delicious, but it is very overrated. And very overproduced right now. We just ate a lot when we were in Vietnam. We didn't really do much. Granny Smith, yes, if it's local. If it's not local, the skin, I hate how waxy and plasticky it is. I think a lot of people were telling us that Saigon would have been the better choice to go to in Vietnam. Food is the only part of vacation for me. Jim Gaffigan is 100% right. Truly, Aaron and I only go to vacation to eat food. Yay, Joylene! How did you break your oven door? Jesus Christ. I love wine saps. I love wine saps. Guys, does my video look laggy to anyone else? I feel like I'm on a very low frame rate tonight. I'm not sure what happened. I didn't change any settings. YouTube is being very weird. This is Beyond. Are you interested? Not interested. You can tell it's fake meat, right? Yeah, okay, he can tell it's fake meat. Did you see the way he, oh man. He really shriveled back in horror at the smell of that Beyond. Fred, what do you want to say to the people? Do you want to tell them to have a nice weekend? Hmm? Do you want to tell the people to have a nice weekend? How wet fish batter, just go slow into the oil. Aw, I can't touch your paws? Give a speech to the people, Fred. They need your wisdom. Fred meows. He meows when he's hungry and he meows when he's pooped. I don't not believe in ghosts. I never season my oven trays, no. Not on purpose. Do you want to eat my finger? Did not go to culinary school. I think Fred's going to sleep, so I'm gonna go, guys. But thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy your weekend, and if you're in New York and you're also going through a 90-degree day tomorrow, please stay hydrated. Please put on sunblock if you go out, and just take it easy because it's been a while since we've been in the sweltering heat outside. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you sometime soon, I hope. Say bye, Fred.